Reptilian hair theory. We all know reptiles are distinguished from mammals through their lack of hair, lack of mammary glands, and formation of external eggs. What if the naughty people, serpent seed, whatever, have systemically enslaved cattle, goats, etc., for their milk so as to encourage hair growth and accordingly regress sheep people? They may enjoy the taste, the calming lethargy, and nutrients therein. Mammary fluid is for infants, so our dairy-crazed world seemingly stuck in high school ought to surprise nobody. Are the reptiles sapien variants or shapeshifters? Why is chèvre, also known as goat cheese, and think about car brand Chevrolet, you're driving around goat cheese autos. Then there's not more popular than cow's milk. Isn't that peculiar? Is it simply the size of the animal? Cows are larger, generally speaking, than goats, as we know, so they can produce more milk, and that is the reason why we defer to them for, or why I shouldn't say we, why a lot of people defer to them for their excessive dairy intake. One might surmise a society of people who refer to their younglings as kids would in turn feed them goat's milk. Did you play top trumps back in the day? Remember Stenocchiosaurus? Stenonychosaurus. You remember that one? It always gave me a strange feeling back when I played these games. This was silly. This was like elementary school lunchtime type deals, and always gave me a strange feeling that there's some truth to this. There are ostensibly good neutral parties, such as this rough green snake, the likes of which have been seen slithering around the garden we tend. I had a particular fascination with tokay geckos as a child, and reptiles are really interesting. The spiritual warfare wages on, though. Do you feel that these people, whatever you want to call them, are reptilian or purely vampiric, as in undead? Like, it's weird to think about. I don't know if it necessarily matters, but if there's any way to bring peace to our environment and our world through knowing the depth of what they are, then surely we can better people's lives. Either way, there's a myriad of ways to deal with the parasitism. Being honest in interaction, in verbal and nonverbal dialogue, is key to unveiling their true nature. A good person's society has no money, no celebrities, no accolades, or any of that nonsense. Infinite faith and a highly flexible grip on our reality appears to remedy the strange. What things have you ceased doing upon realization of the Baphomet reality, signs and symbols and so forth? What have you begun? What does it mean to be selfless in this nuanced world? What isn't in the image of God? I always think about that one. The Bible says that we are created in the image of God, but aren't sheep created in the image of God? Aren't grasshoppers created in the image of God? Aren't sparrows? Surely all these things are created in the image of God, and God is this amazing, phenomenal being. Is it a being? It's so peculiar to think about the true nature of God. It's a collective, isn't it? It's a collective of being. Does that make sense? Like one, all one. But then we see this society, and clearly that they're not of the good. If there's all this chaos and lunacy pressed forth, and it seems like it's from birth. It doesn't feel like they're taught to act like this way. Like it feels like it's from birth a lot of the time, and it's scary. But I'm at a point in my life where I don't feel it heavy as much. I mean, surely there's the signs and symbols and such, but people that I'm interacting with, they're all right. They do some weird things, and I don't agree with a lot of their lifestyle choices for sure. But you always gotta wonder, and maybe there's things that I haven't been questioning enough that would key me in on more to what's going on. Because it does feel like we're waking up from a dream, so to speak, and we're trying to have clarity and form bridges, really, with people that see these things and want peace, want kindness, and long life. So, anyways, back to the thing I wrote. So, what things have you, yeah, or any of that nonsense? Infinite faith and a highly flexible grip on our reality appears to remedy the strange. What things have you ceased doing upon realization of the baffling that meant reality, signs and symbols, and so forth? What have you begun? What does it mean to be selfless in this nuanced world? What is an image of God? What ludicrous hubris the human species has, human species in quotations. It is clear we may bond with any animal in a nature akin to a person. The cat I was just blessed with for 4 years. I mean, maybe you guys have definitely, I mean, I don't know. Maybe not everybody has, but I think many people have had great bonds with animals that are equal to some of the kindest people you know. Because animals generally in my life have been kind if they're treated well, and even if they aren't treated well, they'll still be kind a lot of the time. And they're not on a lower echelon than we are. There's just different skill sets. That the whole idea is silly. Certainly our dreams and daily goings are made easier in this appreciation for all God does. What a wild ride this has been. So guys, let me know. I can do more kind of daily writings and journals like this. Danny and I talk. We're going to share more with you guys, and that'll be fun to keep that going. And yeah, keep staying strong and staying inspired and seeing through the morass, seeing through the falsitudes, the lassitudes of our days. They're infinite lassitudes. They're always around, technically, right? If life exists, these things that'll drag you down, these pitfalls, they exist. Ten Commandments is just a good starting place, but it gets more nuanced when you look at our world nowadays. There's a lot of peculiar things, and it does feel in some ways like we're living in sort of an exodus moment, but I don't know what's going on. I feel safe at the same time as I feel like the dams might break any minute. But then again, I don't want people thinking like that, because we have that. People, it's just innate with us. They're is on the verge of a natural disaster, on the verge of a worldwide disaster, and it's not necessarily the truth. Sometimes it's peaceful, and the only thing going on is this weird orange parade, and you just have to learn to work through it in an optimal way, in a way that's peaceful and causes no rifts beyond what is generated outside of your choice, it's not your fault that people treat you like crap or treat me like crap for nothing. I mean, sometimes people are tired, or there's a myriad of reasons, but then there's people unprovoked. No, they're not tired, they're just mean, and it's not your fault, and you need to have that if you haven't had that already. That because I still need to hear that every day. Like, there's so many situations where I know there's times where I make mistakes and I know it's my fault, of course, but it's so important to know that when those situations happen, that you can't look back at yourself and say, what's wrong with me? Instead, ask, where did that come from? And if you can't deduce it, and it seems like it was ad hominem or just rude, then you have to take a deep breath and pray for that person. It's hard, and get better at it every day. All right. Hope you all are doing well. Talk to you soon.